Good day, everybody. This is Ron McIntyre of Transformative Leadership Group, coming to you on behalf of Peer today. And on the phone with me, I have Rob Peters, the founder of Standard of Trust.
Hi, guys. Great to be here.
Today, we want to kind of walk through an initial introduction to the Phase II of Peer. You've seen the preliminary creation that we did. Now we've added a lot of new features which you haven't seen before, so we're going to walk through them very briefly today. The first thing I want to point out is that you can now see the plans up front. We have the bronze plan, which is basically 25 connections, and it does have a 30-day free trial, and I do encourage you to take advantage of that. It gives you a chance to really build connections and then try them, the whole idea of commitments and doing the rest of it. So just click on the $ button at the bottom of the login page at peer.biz, PE-ER.biz, and you'll be able to see that. Now we're going to take a look at a little bit of what we've made changes to on the interior. And you'll see two new buttons up at the top. The first one is a tutorial button, which takes you into YouTube, which is where we store all the videos and you can go to on a regular basis and check them out. And then we also have a send invite, which is an email system that allows you to send an invitation to anybody with a link that takes them back to log in and walks it through. And the nice thing is it actually sets them up to connect with you right away. And that's a great feature. It builds that first connection for you relatively easily, adds other connections. It makes it much easier.
And that default message is you can customize it to make it more personal.
Absolutely. You're totally free to change that. Now what we're going to look at is in the commitment side, I've actually set up a commitment between myself and one of Rob's test accounts, so we can see what it looks like. This is one where I'm requesting coach training. And the first thing I emphasize is the fact that we had a preliminary discussion. In this case, it was done on the platform chat, which we'll discuss in just a minute. And the whole idea was we basically outlined every one of these points in that discussion, so this really becomes a confirmation in terms of the request. And what all I need to really do is now go input Rob in his account. And then instead of hitting update, I'm going to hit send. At which point Rob will now see this pop up on his screen as a commitment. And then he has a choice of accepting it or rejecting it.
I will accept it.
And you can see here by it says in progress.
It's processing.
That he has in fact accepted it.
Yeah.
Now let's say that Rob had some questions. He could very easily send me a chat message right here. And we could exchange data on real time, which is a major part of this whole concept of commitment management, is making sure that we can dialogue on a relatively rapid basis. So I'm going to ask, Rob is answering right now, asking me a question.
I'm basically confirming, looking forward to keeping my commitment to you.
And that's very simple communication. If you haven't taken advantage of Microsoft or Facebook Messenger chat, I highly encourage you to. It's a very effective way to communicate very quickly.
If I could just add to what you were saying, Ron, we can't emphasize this enough. Through the beta testing, through the interactions and the pre-commitment discussion before a commitment goes on the peer platform, it's out of respect, it's out of professionalism that you talk to the person you're requesting a commitment to and having a dialogue before you know, sometimes we get enthused about something and we want to just type in their commitment request. It's almost like a cold call or an email that's unexpected. If you send someone a commitment request, they have no idea that this is coming. I mean, depending on the commitment, it could really shake their world. High performers are very mindful of what commitments they take on. So we can't emphasize the importance of communication. That's why the embedding of chat.
Absolutely. Now, as you can see in the history of the item, it shows that he has accepted it. Now I'm going to have Rob basically submit it as if he had completed the commitment.
Okay, I'm in my active commitment screen, and there's a little check mark, and I have delivered, assuming if it's a Word document, say that it's a deliverable requiring a Word doc, I attach it to my Facebook Messenger, I deliver it to you, Ron. You like it, I say I'm going to submit this as completed. I've earned 30 RCP points. RC stands for Relationship Capital points for submitting, and you should have that, Ron.
And let's refresh here and see that we get it. As you'll notice, that request disappeared. It went to archives. And this is a nice feature that we've added. Now we see the feedback now sitting on the card in this particular section. Now I'm going to show you another feature that we just introduced, which is list view, which you can also see the same thing where you have the feedback now, but you now see the list of commitments that you have outstanding, who they're from or who the observers are. And if you highlight over them, if there's more than one, you will see multiple names. So it's very concise. Look at it. You can actually go to the commitment detail, or in this case, I'm going to go right to feedback. And I'm basically going to say, yes, I received it. And it met all 5 criteria very well.
And one thing, Ron, that I've been thinking about, and I'm sure you have an opinion about this perspective, is that if someone delivers even a 5-star across all the dimensions of feedback, I still would want to call out an area that they may want to pursue even to get better at. No one's perfect at anything. You don't have to do that, but if you're leading a group of people, you may want to make a suggestion that try this next time, or I believe you can even get better at this. You're great now, but even pursue it at a higher level. It's a never-ending bar that we're always trying to meet. So,
correct. So I basically gave Rob 5 stars on each of them because the communication was good, the material and the proposal was right, exactly what we were looking for, and I'll let him know that I'll sign the proposal and we will confirm the dates by phone. And I submit. So basically now what happens is he gets points for completing the commission and the commitment, and we have the committed proposal and we have a working deal. So that in a nutshell basically took place of everything that normally would have taken place in a vacuum.
And in this test account, I have, at least in my archived commitments, I have 9 commitments that have been tested, completed, expired. And I see we've added the dialog box that comes up that shows quickly. I can see Ron's feedback. And there's a button, you can't see it on my screen, but there's a button to allow me to share that feedback rating to LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. I find that to be, sharing with my team. We're all dispersed across the world. They can see that I'm not just talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk, and being very transparent about it. They don't see the details of the commitment because it's probably not good to have that all out there. Your competition's watching what you're doing on social too, but at a high level, they can see that I'm delivering on my promises.
Right. Now, on the notification side up at the top under the bell, you'll notice that we have also added date and time of when notifications were given. So you have a direct track record, and you can always refer to this if you've missed something.
So in a way, Ron, don't you think over time, as people use this either as a worker or the company, as a solopreneur with working with people outside their company, the customers or partners, that we now have the ability to have a track record of performance, a verifiable.
Absolutely. Particularly, the key is that the requester has a record that it was done, has the detail. That's always available to the requester. The maker, the person who completes the solution, actually has received points. So in his case, he's developing what we call CRI, which is Credibility Reliability Index, that's somewhere similar to a FICO score, as Rob likes to point out, in that it basically tells you how well you keep your commitments on a regular basis. The more you keep, the higher the CRI, and that reflects in people's desiring to work with you. And this is just a sample of the CRI from this particular test account. And because I've been using it as a requester, I don't have a whole lot to show in here. And so another time we'll show you basically what the difference is on the other side.
We're going to go into leaderboard in a much more comprehensive way in another video.
Right.
Anything else you want to talk about before you wrap up, Ren?
Not today. I'll just show you that this is what the leaderboard looks like in reality. And this is what we begin to show. And for example, here's the top 10 connections.
And you could break it out by the month. This is a month,
Right.
view, by quarter, year, all time.
This is this month. This is this quarter.
With the badges you receive from people.
Right. This is this year. And then you have all time.
We really believe this is the future, guys. We won't be the only player in social metrics and performance metrics in this peer-to-peer world we're in. But we believe we've tried to go all the way on this transparency and this measurement in a simple, easy to understand way.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for today, and I hope this introduction has been helpful. You can go to peer-er.biz to actually sign up, or you can go to standardoftrust.com for more information, or you can just drop us a line, and we can answer any of your questions. And you can usually find us online at any one of LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. And you'll find all the information on our particular sites, which is standardoftrust.com and tlgcoach.com. And with that, Rob, I'd like to wrap it up.
Thanks, guys. Till next time.
All right. Have a good day, everybody, and enjoy your time.